Good morning, YouTube. It was kind of a late night last night, and so this is it's a perfect day for me because you might be able to hear the honking out there, but it's raining in Manhattan. I'll give you a shot of that in a minute. And I'm going to nap all day. That's what today is about. I'm going to read. I'm going to sleep. I need to just kind of slow it down. Manhattan's a funny place to try to slow things down, but on a rainy day like today, it's that's not going to be hard. And it's also the first day of fall, and I wish I could show you this. Let me see. I'll just give you a shot of that in a minute. But there's this beautiful fall picture in above the bed in my hotel room, and it just seemed out of place. Like it seemed like not so Manhattan-ish, right? Maybe more Connecticut-ish. But anyway, it just made me so happy because I love fall so much. I love fall so much. So I just want to give you a quick update, and wasn't sure what I was going to talk about, but I just watched a news piece again on the mental health crisis going on in California, which is kind of what sparked a few weeks ago. I did a whole Facebook post or social media post on mental health and kind of titled it, I have mental health issues. And the truth is, I believe that all of us, to some degree, have mental health issues. And I just don't think that there's any way that's not possible. It would be a very, very small percentage of people on the globe that do not have mental health issues. And I say that because we have all been through trauma. All of us on some level. Some have gone through way more trauma, but everyone has experienced trauma on some level. And so last night I had a really interesting Uber drive from the airport to my hotel. And this driver just almost immediately told me that he was Catholic. And I'm not even sure why he said that, but he just said that. And I said, oh, that's cool. I'm Protestant. And he goes, yeah, Catholic, Protestant, whatever, Jesus, and I was like, yeah, exactly. And so there we were, finding common ground immediately. And long story short, he asked me if I would pray for him, and I asked him what he needed prayer for. And he said, I'm just really having some mental stress. And he said, when you feel, he's from Pakistan, when you feel kind of like you're not in your body. I said, oh, well, that's trauma. Yeah, that's a symptom of trauma. He said, no, I haven't had trauma. And then he said, well, what is that? And there you go. That's an interesting thing. I have a family member who kind of had the same thing. She told a counselor one time, well, I've never had any trauma. And then the counselor explained what it was. And she was like, oh, I've had a lot of trauma. And I feel like that, that happens a lot. And as I explained it to him, we were trying to sort of get to where have you had trauma in your life? And we finally, I asked him how long he had been in America, and his wife and child are not in America. So there's some trauma right there, but he had been here for 7 years. And I said, well, COVID alone, that whole, year and a half, 2 years, that was trauma for all of us. And I think about 9/11, many of us are still traumatized by what happened on 9/11, whether we realize it or not. And so even when I put the post out, or the post series out about mental health, a lot of times when I post on Facebook things, people will not like it. They won't, just kind of goes silent. And I can kind of feel, ooh, I must be touching something here because nobody wants to talk about this. But what happens is I get private messages or private text, and people start pouring their heart out. And so I'm just like, well, I don't care about numbers of likes or whatever. I just care that I'm doing my part to bring love to a situation, right? That's the common ground message right there, is for us to all return to love and love each other well. And that's what I'm going to focus on. This is why I have planned for a long time to go to Paris and just do a live stream with a view of the Eiffel Tower, just as a symbol of returning to love. And as you'll see in the live stream in a few days, that this time I want to focus on born to love. I was born to love, and I want to focus on me. Like, it comes down to how I love people well or not, right? And I don't always love people well. And this right now I observe the 10 Days of Awe, which is a Jewish fall festival. And it's a time of reflecting, and it's a time of really looking inward and saying, hey, where, and asking God, where can I do things better? You know, help me to see things through your eyes so that I can do things better. And so obviously this year I want to really focus on how can I love better. And so the conversation with this Uber driver was so full of love. I just can't even tell you, so full of love, so full of joy. And it wound up, he asked if he could FaceTime his wife and child, and if I would pray for him. And oh my goodness, it was just like, it's like 2:00 in the morning. It was a late flight, and then a bag got lost. And you'll hear me talk about not falling for the trick of frustration, because when you want to get frustrated, it seems like God's trying to orchestrate something like that. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a little update, and that's it. Love to all. See you later.